Well, hello, YouTube. And this is our first live stream here. Welcome. I don't know how many of you will join. It's a brand new channel. So we'll see what YouTube does for magic. Anyway, my name is Nick Maguire. So I'm just going to take a little bit to introduce myself. I am the founder of the VIP Influencer Academy, which is basically an online school and community to help influencers go from just being content creators, just working on Instagram or YouTube, to actually making a full-time career out of being an influencer. So if you're already a super influencer with 1 million followers, you probably don't need to listen to too much of this. But if you're starting out and this is your passion, you want to get paid for your creativity, then that's what we're all about. And the reason why I'm going live today is actually to talk to you about the feedback from the survey that our 2,000 strong community gave us. And if you want to get involved in that, just go to vipinfluenceracademy.com. And they came back and we did a survey. What's the biggest challenges that you're going to face as an influencer? What do you need help with? And so we did a survey, and the top 3 questions that were answered were: number 3, the thing that you wanted help with was building a personal brand, an unforgettable personal brand. And that's certainly something we're going to address a lot more this year. And number 2 was, how do you get real influence and real status in the real world rather than just having a follow account? How do you build on that influence and do what the name says and actually get people to take action from your recommendations or your values? And that's something that we're going to also put a lot more time into. And then the third thing that people were asking us for, the number 1 thing that the survey came back with, was: how do you get paid as an influencer? I can get free stuff, I can pester a brand to give me things, but how do I get paid as an influencer? Because you can't make a career as an influencer unless you're making bank, right? You've got to be able to make money. And so that was the number 1 thing that everyone said, can you help us on? And that's why we have just dropped last night our first ever mini course, and it is how to win your first deal as an influencer. And so what's in it? Right, well, for a start, it's 90 minutes, it's an hour and a half, and it's in about 15 different lectures. But it starts with, how do you stand out? Because I tell you, I run accounts on behalf of clients in the digital agency, and skincare clients, for instance, will get bombarded every day with DMs about, hi, can I get a free product? Hi, I'm a great influencer. Hi, I love your brand. And it's just so many, people ignore it. What we've got to do with you is get you not only to stand out, but to not just have a discussion about free stuff, but to get a discussion about how you get paid. So we start off by talking how you can display value, how you can grab attention, and then we break that down into a template that you can actually use in DMs and emails to the brands that you have selected you want to work with, not the other way around. And then, just because we're nice, we've got templates that you can just copy and paste for both email and DM, put your own details in there and send those out to brands. And we teach you then, once you've sent it out, how to negotiate away from just being given free stuff or told they've got no budget. We actually go out there and we teach you how to get to yes without dropping your price. And so I've got 3 different things that teach in there, which will show you categorically how you can negotiate, give stuff away that's easy for you to give away, but actually not drop your price. Because what is the point of working with brands if they're just going to give you free stuff and you want to make a career out of it? Free stuff does not pay the rent, okay? So we're going to teach you how to get to yes so that you can get a brand to part with cash, not just goodwill and free stuff. And so once we've given you that framework on how to win your first deal, then what we do is we go to the next stage, which is I take 2 of the best content nets that we have used, content strategies that we have used in our much bigger training course, the City Influencer course, and I give them to you. Now, these are the 2 strategies that I use to make me tens of thousands of pounds, get free stuff, and just have like the best. And like one of the strategies, I had free food for a year and got paid tens of thousands of pounds by this brand. And I show you how I use that content strategy to get them. And that builds on the first bit of training that I've sent out there for you. So hi, Sahil. That's great to see you on here as well. One of our students on the main course. And so what I want to do is give you these content things. So once you've learned the basic way of closing a brand, you can then use these advanced strategies to go and really start to make some decent money and get benefit with some real retained business. In other words, they're paying you every month. You're not just going to have to go out after deal after deal. And I bring all that together and wrap that up. So that's our first ever mini course. And I dropped a link there in the first description. Now, because it's going out to our community first, it's a course launch, we're not going to charge full price for this. It's just going in at $17. And because it's a new course, I've also promised that if you don't get a brand deal in the first 30 days, you can just request your money back and you'll get it, no question. So even that $17 you can have back if the training doesn't work for you. Not interested. I want it to work for you. I want you to come on board, think we're great, and stay with us. So that's why it's priced so affordably, and the link is there. So I'm not here to do a big sales pitch on courses. It's actually been developed because of the feedback we did with our survey that went out to our community earlier this year. And like I say, the top 3 things the responses were: what do you need to win as an influencer? You wanted to know about personal brand. You want to know about how to get status. And then unsurprisingly, you want to know how to make bank and actually make some money and make a living out of this. Because if you spend your time on something and make no money, then it's a hobby. And it's all well and good to have hobbies, but if you want this to be your career, then you're going to have to learn how to make money. And initially, it's hard work. There's a lot of knocking on doors, but then you move towards the Pareto effect, where as you start to work with more brands and you get more followers and you get more experienced at it and the content shows a return on investment for the brands, then you will start to get more and more business, and you're not knocking on the doors all the time. They're knocking on your doors eventually. And that's the journey we want to take you on. So guys, thanks for joining me. For those of you that did our first live stream here on YouTube, it's just a small channel. So if you've just come across us for the first time, please make sure you do like and subscribe. And we'll be back to give you more details shortly. So thanks for joining in, and keep creating.